All right. And thank you again for joining today. And in today's session, our focus will be on shea butter. So let's start. Shea butter. Shea butter is a natural fatty substance extracted from shea nut of shea tree, native to West Africa, and has been used for centuries for its cosmetic and, of course, medicinal properties. So not just cosmetic, medicinal properties. And it's from shea tree that naturally grow in West Africa. It begins to fruit after 20 years. I don't know if there are improved variants now. Get mature at 45 can continue to produce fruit for 200 years. You know, that's why I have issue with people just cutting trees indiscriminately to produce charcoal. The tree, as valuable as this, taking a long time to fruit, is now being cut down just because we need the wood. The nuts are embedded in a soft fruit, fall to the ground during harvesting period from June to August. So the harvest is starting soon of the nut, and this nut is used to produce the butter. Shea tree grow wild throughout the savannah region of West Africa and Central Africa. It's been said that Nigeria is one of the major producers. Shea nut is located within the fruit of the shea tree and contains a kernel rich in fat. That is where the butter comes from. Traditional production involves manually extracting the kernel, drying them, grinding them into paste, churning the paste to separate it from the butter. The butter is rich in fat, fatty acid, including oleic acid, stearic, and linoleic acid, which contribute to the moisturizing and emollient properties. It's rich in vitamin A and E, known for its antioxidant effect, potentially helping the skin from damage. It's found in different parts of Nigeria. It's found in Togo, Benin, Ghana, Uganda, Mali, Burkina Faso, Central Africa. In Nigeria, it's found in Kwara, Niger, Kebbi, Benue, and Oyo State. And quite a number of people produce shea butter in all these locations. In Kwara, in Oyo State, the shea butter I've exported a couple of times, and I bought them from Oyo State. Now, as usual, you know one of the major concerns why we even talk about this product is the specification. Quality specification. Shea butter is graded based on a number of factors. For some buyer, it may be based on percentage of expected vital constituent present in sample, while some other buyer use the level of refining and contamination present as a criteria. Based on the percentage of expected vital constituent present, shea butter can be graded into A or grade 1, B or grade 2, C or grade 3. And the parameters include moisture, very important parameter, moisture, free fatty acid, peroxide value, insoluble impurities. And you see, for moisture, 0.05% max for grade A, up to 0.2 for grade B, and of course, up to 2 for grade C. Free fatty acid, up to 1% for grade A max, up to 3% max for grade B, and up to 8% for grade C. Peroxide value, 10%, 15% max, and 50% max. Based on the level of refining done and contamination present, shea butter is classified as A, grade B, and grade C. Raw, unrefined, grade A, B, refined, and C, highly refined and extracted with solvent. Now, exporter should be aware of the following three chemical properties. Free fatty acid is a measure of the acidity. The lower the free fatty acid, the longer the shelf life. Lower free fatty acid means good quality, and that's longer shelf life. Moisture, low moisture content, below 1%. Free fatty acid for grade A, below 3%. Iodine value, a measure of the degree of unsaturation in the fat. Specific value may require by the buyer. Melting point typically is between 35 to 45 degrees. Impurity, shea butter should be free of dirt, debris, and other contaminants. An export grade shea butter is typically packed in airtight container like drum, tin, and food grade plastic. The grade of shea butter, that level of processing and refining, impacting its odor, its color, and some properties. Grade A, very light yellow and ivory, mild nutty aroma, used in prized for cosmetics, direct skin application, and luxury butter balm. Due to its purity, minimal processing, and high concentration of the beneficial fatty acid, the vitamin grade A shea butter and vitamin, grade A shea butter is ideal for use in high quality expensive. Now, you know why this is important? When you are looking for buyer, these are the things you are looking for. So is it the cosmetics, product like lotion, cream, lip balm, and hair care product? Direct skin application. Many people use grade A shea butter directly on their skin for moisturizing and reducing dryness and potentially soothing irritation and minor cuts. Luxury butter and balm. Luxury butter and balm. Unrefined grade A butter is sometimes used in luxury skincare products due to its natural and gentle properties. Grade B, light yellow with light bead, may have slightly stronger nutty odor than grade A. In cosmetics, while not quite as pure as grade A, B is still suitable for many cosmetic applications in lotion, cream, and soap. In the food industry, deodorized grade B shea butter can be used as natural fat or cocoa butter substitute. In fact, it's being used as cocoa butter substitute because cocoa butter is more expensive. Industrial applications. The emulsing property of grade B shea butter can make it suitable for use in industrial applications like leather, wood care, depending on the requirement. Grade C, the color is yellow to pink, or even slightly brown. May have a stronger odor due to high processing. Industrial application heavily refined grade C shea butter is primarily used for industrial purposes. Its emulsing property make it useful in lubricant, pieces, and some type of candle. It's also used in soap making. Soap making, because it contributes, although it contributes less to the moisturizing property compared to hair oil. There are general use cases, and suitability of each grade can vary depending on specific property method, use, and desired end product. Raw and unrefined shea butter. Like unrefined cocoa butter typically has a slightly shorter lifespan. Raw one, up to 18 months store. If you store it properly, shea butter can last up to 18 months. And we'll talk about the pitfalls that make it get bad soon. Refined, up to 24 months if stored properly. Storage condition, same as cocoa butter, cool, dry, and airtight. Presence of moisture, particularly crucial for raw shea butter as it's more susceptible to mold growth. Uses, of course, we'll discuss it, moisturizing skin and hair. It relieves dry skin. It's used as hair care. Soothing property, sunburn relief. Anti-inflammatory property may help soothe mild sunburn. Aftershave soother, minor skin issues can also be solved. Lip balm, stretch mark and scar. Why evidence is limited? Some people use shea butter to minimize the appearance of stretch mark and scar due to improved skin elasticity. Things to remember. Past testing recommended, especially for those prone to acne, and shea butter may be comedogenic for some. Opt for unrefined shea butter or raw shea butter for most natural benefits. Shea butter may solidify at room temperature, but it's normal. You can gently warm it to liquefy it. And shea butter is a natural product with a variety of potential benefits if you are looking for natural way to moisturize your skin. Potential. So, where is the market with the high demand for shea butter? Who are those buying? And why are they buying? This should guide your marketing strategy. You know, when you're trying to promote your product, it's good to direct your ad to the locations. The demand in the world is 5.92 billion. Who are the buyers? China, France, Germany, United States, Netherlands, Poland, Canada, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, South Korea, Ireland, Spain, Sweden, United Kingdom. Who are the top buyers? The largest buyer is China, 1.5 billion. 1.5 billion out of the 5.9. China alone. France, $367 million. Germany, $370 million. United States, $307 million. Netherlands, $273 million. Poland, $218 million. Uzbekistan, $211 million. Canada, $190 million. Chile, $161 million. And Ireland, $145 million. What is all this telling you? Ladies and gentlemen, these are the markets. So your job is to now do the research. Who are those buying in those countries? What are they using for? Where are they located? Where are they concentrated? So you can direct your marketing effort to get desired result. And by the way, you don't need to be the producer. The few times I first shea butter, I bought the producer. You can buy it. There are a lot of people producing different in Oyo State, in Ogun State, in Kwara, and more importantly, in Niger State. Now, packaging. How do we package these products? Packaging shea butter for export involves ensuring that the product reaches its destination in optimal condition. And the key consideration is number one, the container material. The material selection. Use container made of material suitable for storing shea butter, such as food-grade plastic or metal container. Avoid contaminants. Ensure that the chosen material does not react or contaminate the butter. Packaging type, jar or tub. Use jar or tub for smaller quantity, metal or drum, or for larger metal or plastic drum for bulk shipment of shea butter. Sealability. Ensure that the container have secured and airtight seal to prevent leakage. And maintain freshness. And we'll talk about it later on. It needs to be sealed. Tamper evidence seal. So you ensure that nobody actually open it. Consider using tamper evidence seal. That means this kind of seal, tamper proof. If you break a seal, it will be easily identified as something has tampered with the product integrity. Labeling, of course, regulatory compliance. And then to labeling regulation in export destination, include required information like ingredient, use, net weight, and contact detail. Brand identity. Create an appealing label that reflects the brand identity and increase and provide essential information. Packaging size. Of course, the packaging size is determined by the market and of course the buyer. They to a large extent will have indicated in the agreement you sign what the packaging should look like. Palletization. After you have packaged it in cartons or in bucket, then it can be put on a pallet to be able to carry large quantity together. Protective packaging. Consider using inner liner to provide antenna layer protection. So some people, before they put it in a bucket or carton, they'll put a nylon in the carton, pour the shea butter in the liquid form, and then when it becomes cold, it solidifies and take up the shape of the bucket or takes up the shape of the carton, and the nylon can be sealed and then exported in that format. Use appropriate filler to minimize the risk of shea butter shipping during transportation and spatial stability. Choose packaging material that withstand variation in temperature during transport. Consider insulation packaging for shea butter to prevent melting or solidification in extreme temperature. Remember, it melts. Comply with export standards. Comply with quality standards set by the international regulatory body. Obtain relevant certification. It's important you do a test. Remember, your contract will actually specify those quality certifications, and it's important you ensure that's adhered to. Humidity control. Include desiccant in packaging to control humidity. Storage instruction. Provide clear storage instruction on packaging to guide consumer. Testing for leakage. Implement quality control measure to test packaging and leakage before shipment. Shelf life. Clearly label the expiration. I gave you this detail when we started. Clearly label the expiration. Remember, raw can be up to 18 months, and when it's refined, it can actually be up to 24 months. But that would depend on if it is properly. That depends on if it is properly sealed. If it's properly sealed. Bulk shipment. Use for large quantity shea butter involving dedicated food grade tank within container. Like this time, for example, I can take up the shape of the container. Drum. Smaller shipment or high-grade shea butter often use steel or plastic drum. Can be 200, 350, 300. Drum offer easier handling and protection, but are less space efficient. Carton. Remember, I talked about I can put in a carton, but there will be a polyethylene line the carton before they pour it inside and then seal it. 10 to 25 kg, and they are used for smaller quantity or specific quality grade requiring extra care. You can put 18 to 22 tons in a 20-feet container. It is drum, about 75 to 80 drum, make it 15 to 16 tons if it's 200. If it's 250 to 70 drum, make it 15 to 17.5 tons. If it's 300 kg drum, that will be around 50 to 55 drum, implying about 15 to 16.5 tons. The quantity of carton that will fit a container depends on the size or dimension of the carton. Unrefined and raw shea butter might require more robust packaging, like drum for better protection. ensure you adhere to regulation of the origin and destination. It's also important to ensure you keep it at moderate temperature. Store butter in opaque container or jar away from direct sunlight. Avoid storing them near heat source like oven. Keep container tightly sealed. After each use, consider portioning large quantity into smaller container. And if you notice any change in smell, texture, or color, it's better to discard it. We'll go on a break now. When we return, we'll talk about documentation, talk about pricing, talk about getting buyer purchaser, talk about process, and round off with the pitfalls that you need to avoid to be able to successfully export shea butter. See you after the break.
In the heart of the bustling city, a determined entrepreneur named Lucky dreamed of taking his product to the world in order to earn foreign exchange. However, the daunting world of international trade left him feeling overwhelmed. It was then that he stumbled upon the 3T Impex Export Mentoring Program. Little did he know, this discovery would change his life and business forever. Through the program, David was immersed in a world of invaluable export trade resources and personalized advisory services. He gained insights into global markets and learned to secure lucrative export contracts from eager buyers. With 3T Impex by his side, he navigated the maze of international payments and expertly handled pricing and documentation, emerging with a deep understanding of mitigating payment risks. As he successfully orchestrated the seamless logistics of shipping his goods to distant lands, Lucky's confidence soared. With a triumphant smile, he realized that he had become the master of export trade business. Do you desire to be like Lucky? Then join the next cohort of the 3T Impex Export Mentoring Program today. Then call 080920000424, 080920000424.
Move on now to talk about paperwork, documentation. International trade is likely a business of documentation and logistics. Number one, for example, if you are shipping from Nigeria, you will have to deal with NXP. That's the declaration form for export transaction from Nigeria. Pro forma invoice, NPC, that's export license, certificate of incorporation, certificate of origin might not be required depending on destination, exchange control, SGD, single good declaration from custom, and CCI from the inspection agent, shipping document, bill of lading, invoice, packing list. Because you have processed this product and it's used for food, NAFDAC will be required. So you have commercial invoice issued by the exporter detailing quantity description and the like. You have packing list itemizing the packaging, that in this case now, number of carton or number of buckets, and the weight, and the quantity you are putting in the container. Bill of lading issued by the shipping line, acting as contract of carrying and receipt of goods. It specifies the origin, destination, concerning freight charge, and other important information. Certificate of origin issued by competent authority like Chamber of Commerce, certifying the country where the shea butter was produced. Concerning certificate issued by National Plant Quarantine Service. Now, this should not be required, but some country might want it because it's produced from a nut. But because it's processed, it shouldn't. But just in case it's in your contract, you can get it from the quarantine. Then we have export declaration, of course, that's NXP. Now, inspection certificate, checking the quality and quantity, particularly analysis of the microbial parameter in the content in the product. Remember, we talked about the chemical composition. All these documents are required. In some cases, organic certification might be required. If you can get it, that would be great. It commands premium price. Fair trade certification is coming. Not everybody will ask for it. Consider fair certification to demonstrate adherence to ethical sourcing. Traceability is important. Implement traceability system help the track the journey of shea butter from the farm to shea butter and enhancing transparency and sustainability certification. Now, all these certifications are not required by many countries, but some people are already asking for it. You know the way it works in the world now. The world that is going in this direction. If you're going to do this space, as you start, these are the things you should be looking at and how to get them as you go into the future. Now, let's talk about the processes. What is the step-by-step process of exporting shea butter? Number one, preparation. You see what we are doing here? You see the information we're sharing here? Is the most important information you need to get first for shea butter. How do you prepare? You learn. You learn and gather all the information you can get about the product. The reason for doing this kind of program is to help everyone that wants to do shea butter to have some basic foundational information. When you are adequately prepared, you know what to do to promote. You know the market. Because of your level of preparation, you now know that China is the largest buyer of shea butter. Now, because you now know those places as the major buyer, you know where to direct your promotional activity. Then, with promotional activity, you can get purchase order. Remember, your purchase order should contain the specification, based on the requirement of the buyer. And with your pricing, of course, then of course you can procure or produce. Packaging and labeling. Packaging based on the buyer requirement. The buyer already tells you how he wants it to be packaged. Then pre-export documentation, I've talked about that already. And then the post-export documentation, all that I'm talking about. Then you do port clearance and shipment. This is the point where if you don't have NAFDAC, they won't allow you to go. They won't clear for export. When you ship the goods, while the good is in transit, document is presented directly to the buyer or to his bank. But that is dependent on the agreement between the buyer and the seller on how documents will be presented. And that will be largely determined by the payment method. Are you using bill for collection, site or tenor? Are you using letter of credit? Are you doing cash against document open account? Or you are doing any other payment method suitable for you? Port clearance inspection is done at destination, and of course, payment is made afterwards. Purchaser, how do we get buyer for shea butter? So the next thing is for you to determine which of the market. Remember, one of the things that should guide you is the partner in that market. Now that you know the location and you are export ready, then you can promote. But don't promote until you have mastered the protocol. There are things you must do before you start promoting on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube. Sincerely, these platforms are very valuable and you can do a lot on them. You know, some people go there for different things, of course, but for business, this platform has become a big force to reckon with for international marketing. At a very reasonable and cheap rate, you can get majority of the target you are looking for. But you need to understand the protocol to follow. B2B trade portals. You can decide to register on a trade portal, particularly the one that, you know, sometimes it's good you look for a trade portal that is country specific or region specific. So you know that, okay, if I'm looking at Europe, for example, that's what I want to sell to. I'm looking at France, Germany, Netherlands, Poland, Ireland, Spain, and Sweden. If that's what I'm looking at, Belgium, United Kingdom, then of course, I'm looking for a B2B platform with that address. Database companies, you can easily buy data of companies importing it from those countries. It's a bit expensive, but it will save you a lot of time, energy. And if you have a good access to database of buying in the country and you have a rep there, you can begin to initiate sales to different companies and you'll be able to get, based on pricing, of course, and quality, a few companies to work with you in those countries. Or you go for trade fairs, which is the most expensive option. Looking for more information on how to find buyer for shea butter, I recommend you get Export Hack, called the Eureka Pack. It shows you how to get prepared to get buyer abroad. It shows you how to get the online tool to deploy in getting buyer abroad. It shows you how to get the list of the market with demand for shea butter. It shows you how to get the list of importers in that market. It shows you how to get the contact of importers in that market. It shows you how to get the export contract from the contact detail of the importer. And lastly, it shows you how to get favorable export contract terms. Let's move on to pricing. Now, why is this important? Of course, you are in business to make money and to be profitable, and pricing helps you to be able to know how much am I supposed to be selling this product. Now, the last time I checked, although it wasn't the season, that was also another issue. But now that we have exchange rate a lot better for export, of course not good for import, maybe it will be, because we're trying to check and the price was a bit high actually. So what are the cost elements that you incur in exporting shea butter? Number one, product cost. Now, they will send it to you per carton, per bucket, or per metric ton. Just ensure that you are sure the calculation is based on the net weight, not gross weight. So if you're buying shea butter, it's in a carton, and the carton is 12 kg. You need to ask yourself, what is the weight of the butter itself, apart from the carton or the bucket? I mean, because they are going to sell based on the weight. So you should be paying based on net weight. So pay attention to the net weight. So the product price depends on the product cost. Transport to terminal or warehouse, that depends on the haulage firm. Now, you don't need a warehouse for this product. The inspection can be done at the factory or the location of production. So you can load the good into the truck and move straight to the terminal, or even move the container there, put in the container, move straight to the port. So you can avoid the warehousing cost. Transport to the port depends on the haulage firm and the distance, of course. Freight forwarder is another cost which you look at. That the export clearing agent, actually, who clear the good through customs, typically charge about 200 to 250K per container. Shipping line local charges, about 30 to 40,000. It can be less, but no more than 40,000 per container. Freight charge, that's sea freight. It can be air freight, if you are shipping by air. This depends on the destination, of course. But if you're shipping to Europe, you should be looking at between 1,500 and 2,000 euro for the transport. NXP charge, about 8,000 naira for NXP. Net fee, 0.5% of the FOB value. FOB value is the value of the goods plus profit. And that's the only fee you pay to government in Nigeria for export. Apart from, okay, you also pay Nigerian Agricultural Quarantine Service. You also pay further produce if you are engaging there. But typically, the fee are less. Then, container stopping and logistics. Book about 130 to 150K. Terminal handling charge, about 100 to 120K, depending on the type of container. Marine insurance. Please do insurance, 0.4 to 0.8% of the invoice value, depending on the insurance. And I would recommend you do Plus A insurance that cover all risks. Certificate of origin, 26K per shipment. It can be more if the volume is large. Fumigation certificate, 30 to 40K per container, $3 to $5 per metric ton. And fastener certificate, 25 to 35K per container. NAFDAC and mineral certificate, determined by government agencies. So if you're exporting solid minerals, you need a mineral certificate or mineral trade certificate. If you're exporting agri commodities and processed goods, NAFDAC. But like I said, NAFDAC is now moving into the agri space. And if you're taking a loan, please factor in your interest rate. Now, some additional points in calculating ROI. Don't be too optimistic in your estimation of the cost and ROI of your share butter. Use exchange rate that is slightly below the official rate in your Naira estimation of the selling price. Know that freight charge is paid in FX, and therefore use exchange rate that is slightly above the parallel market in your costing. Two things I mentioned there. In your pricing, selling price, use official rate below official rate. Be conservative. But in your costing, in the cost, how will I describe it now? Let it be high. Let it be parallel market rate. Particularly if you have to buy the dollar, and you're likely going to buy at the parallel market rate. Always ensure that the item of export are insured. The items being exported are insured. Please do insurance. You might think that it rarely happens, but it does happen. Sometimes, because of tempest, they jettison some container and throw them overboard. May that not be your container. May that not be your container. But you can also do insurance to ensure that you protect yourself against that kind of risk. Manufactured goods do not require warehousing, phytosanitary and fumigation. However, some countries might require it, but not all the time. Agro-commodity requires warehousing costs because of service or services to be rendered by Nigerian Agricultural Quarantine Service and fumigation certificate from Federal Produce Inspection Service. NAFDAC certificate fee is only required for processed food items, but like I said, NAFDAC is now encroaching into commodity space. Mineral license fee is required for export of solid minerals. Freight cost is required for sales price for CFR contract, and freight and insurance costs are required and not required if you are selling FOB contract. Pitfalls. I deliberately always leave this as the last option for obvious reasons. Pitfalls. What are the pitfalls we should avoid when we're exporting shea butter? Like I told you in the experience I had, it was the first on the list, contamination. It can make the butter to be dirty altogether. Shea butter can get contaminated during processing or packaging, leading to impurities. Implement strict hygiene practices during processing. Use clean equipment. Ensure the packaging material are free from contaminants. Rancidity is a big issue and a big deal. Exposure to air, light, heat can cause shea butter to become rancid, affecting the quality. It actually allows oxidation to happen and make it become rancid. And of course, begin to smell. Mitigation. Use opaque and dark color packaging to protect against light. Employ airtight containers. Store shea butter in a cool, dark place. Inconsistent quality. Shea butter may vary in quality due to differences in processing method, rush, material quality, and storage condition. Implement standardized processing. This is the reason why a factory should practice GMP, General Manufacturing Practice. This is why certification is important. This is why people do hazard analysis and critical control point. This is why people have ISO certification. Poor packaging. Now, under the quality control, the nut quality. In fact, nut quality is so important. The nut quality is so important because it's supposed to be dried they will wash it and dry it. It should be free, the nut itself should be free of sand and debris, so that when they are using it, it doesn't transfer it into it. So the quality of the nut determines the quality of the butter. Poor packaging. Now, inadequate packaging can lead to leakage and, of course, contamination. I told you about contamination. And, of course, exposure to the environmental factor I told you about also that can destroy the butter. Use quality packaging material that are suitable for shea butter. I've shown you a picture already. Ensure proper sealing and conduct quality and packaging integrity tests. Odor and flavor changes. Shea butter can absorb odor and develop off flavor if stored near a strong smelling substance. Store shea butter away from strong smelling substance. Use odor resistant packaging. Avoid exposure to volatile substance. Moisture content. Excess moisture can lead to mold growth. The butter is a very solid medium to grow mold. Very good medium to grow mold. And remember, the moisture should be below 1%. The moisture should be below 1%. The higher the level of moisture, the higher the chance of growing mold. Even grade 3 maximum is 2%. 2%. Minimize the moisture as much as possible, so it can inhibit the growth of mold. Drying, implement thorough drying process for shea nut, because that's where the water gets into it. Use desiccant in packaging and store in dry environment. Foreign materials. Presence of foreign materials in the butter can occur during processing. Metals of the machine you are using, for example, can find itself into it. Proper filtration system during processing. The debris from the nut. Quality control measure to remove foreign matter. Temperature sensitivity. Remember the temperature. Temperature sensitivity. Remember the temperature. Melting point typically between 35 and 45 degrees centigrade. So ensure you minimize the temperature. Maintain moderate temperature around 20 to 25 degrees to be able to keep it in optimal condition. 20 to 25 degrees. Shea butter is sensitive temperature change leading to melting or solidification. And you need it solid, not melting. Choose packaging material that provide insulation. Use temperature-resistant packaging. Consider climate-appropriate storage during transportation. Incorrect documentation, of course. Now, if you are shipping, documentation should have been your contract should have specified the documentation required to ascertain the quality of the shea butter, to ensure it complies with international regulations, particularly of the country in question. Labeling and branding, depending on how you are packaging, if it's in bulk, might not be necessary. But it's good if you can brand it. But if it's in retail form, of course it is necessary. Develop a clear and accurate label, which require information including product detail, expiration date, and usage instruction. Adulteration. Shea butter may be adulterated with other substances to increase volume. Strict quality control measure. Source shea butter from a reputable supplier. And this is one of the reasons also it's important to do quality tests. Rough handling during transportation can lead to physical damage and quality deterioration. Ensure they are secure, proper palletization, use shock absorbing packaging material. So choose reliable logistic partner. By addressing these quality issues through proper processing, packaging, and adherence to quality control measures, so that can enhance overall quality and marketability of their product. Let's go on a short break. When we return, we round up.
In the heart of the bustling city, a determined entrepreneur named Lucky dreamed of taking his product to the world in order to earn foreign exchange. However, the daunting world of international trade left him feeling overwhelmed. It was then that he stumbled upon the 3T Impex Export Mentoring Program. Little did he know, this discovery would change his life and business forever. Through the program, David was immersed in a world of invaluable export trade resources and personalized advisory services. He gained insights into global markets and learned to secure lucrative export contracts from eager buyers. With 3T Impex by his side, he navigated the maze of international payments and expertly handled pricing and documentation, emerging with a deep understanding of mitigating payment risks. As he successfully orchestrated the seamless logistics of shipping his goods to distant lands, Lucky's confidence soared. With a triumphant smile, he realized that he had become the master of export trade business. Do you desire to be like Lucky? Then join the next cohort of the 3T Impex Export Mentoring Program today. Then call 0809200424, 0809200424.
All right, thank you very much, everyone.